the SoReal Sports Podcast with your host, the CEO / owner of SoReal Studios LLC, Lamar and my partner in crime all the time, Reggie Walker. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Another Monday it is.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was pretty smooth. Of course, work as usual. I ended up getting the COVID shot on yesterday. So status is I'm still alive and I haven't turned into a zombie. So yes, that is what's up.
That's good. I'm 2 weeks into my last COVID shot. So I'm pretty well, they say I'm fully vaccinated. So I feel good. Had no problems so far.
That's what's up. But I still feel like I'm still gonna wear my mask. Like I don't care nothing about it.
I'm gonna wear my mask just for the safety of my family because they not fully vaccinated either. So, and my wife, she's trying to get vaccinated. I think she's gonna call sometime this week and try to get her first COVID shot.
From how she acted when the pandemic first hit, she should have been first in line to get the vaccine.
Well, it's kind of strange because the way she reacted was basically off of social media, and the way they talked about the COVID shot based off social media. That's the reason why she haven't got the shot. So
that damn social media, it'll ruin everything.
Social media ruined them. But she once she seen that I took it, and I mainly wanted to take it because I wanted to travel places, and the only way for me to travel is I have to be vaccinated. So
that's literally the only reason why me and my wife got it as well.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Well, besides that, everything was pretty good. My wife went out just on Saturday. She had a great time. I sat and chilled with my son, watched Space Jam together.
How was that? 'Cause I'm still on the fence about that, kind of like how I was with Mortal Kombat. But to my surprise, Mortal Kombat wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. And here again, listening to social media, you develop one stigma of how things are going to be, but you have to learn to just overlook that and just go for what you know. So I still think I'm going to give it a chance. I haven't yet, but how was it?
It's good. It's good overall. I mean, people expect LeBron to do a Leonardo DiCaprio type of movie. This is not what you expected from a LeBron James, okay? To be honest, he does more acting on the court when he flops than he did in this movie. But the movie was mainly for kids. And I can understand from a kid mindset that they will enjoy this movie. And that's what I pretty much got out of it. My son loves it. He said, "Oh, look, it's Bugs Bunny. Look, it's Duck.
Okay. All right, I get that. So I just keep that in mind. I mean, I'm a big kid anyway. Like I don't care what it is. Like if it's a kid involved or kid friendly, I'm gonna make myself. I mean, you know how we are, man. We all the same way. Me, you, Brian, we all the same. We don't care if it's something going on with kids. We gonna invade and try to present dominance or whatever, or end up getting jumped like we did at your house for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we definitely got jumped.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a good movie. I don't see what people talking about. It was a knockout. It was a bad movie. I just don't see it. And I've been known as one of the biggest LeBron haters around here.
Me as well.
Yeah, I give props when it's due. It was a good movie. But I also think he threw some shots at Skip Bayless. But you'll see it in the movie when you watch it.
I plan
subtle shots at Skip.
We getting the kids back next Sunday. Well, yeah, this upcoming Sunday, Monday. So probably check it out then. He hadn't really expressed any concern in watching it. He doesn't really express any concern in anything besides the damn PlayStation. But I feel like this would be a good opportunity for us to sit down and, you know, I'll catch a little family movie or whatever.
Yeah, it would be a good time. Definitely be a good time.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, watch the entire UFC main card. Didn't catch any baseball, but I did catch a lot of action on my phone. Watched a little of the Olympics. Saw Simone Biles last night. She did a pretty decent job. But yeah, other than that, yeah, that's pretty much been the recap of my weekend.
Okay. Well, I watched baseball, of course. That's what I mainly watch. Also watched. I caught the beginning of UFC, and then I skipped one of the matches, and then I went straight to the end because I wanted to watch TJ Dillashaw. And we'll talk about that right now. Let's get to it. UFC had 5 on the main card because the Aspen lied and the Macy Chiazon match did not happen. And that was the only match that we had different. So that got counted.
Right. That's terrible. That is terrible. I was looking forward to that one too.
Yeah, me too. They said that. I think they said it like pretty much after we did the podcast.
Right.
I was like, damn.
Shit.
We ain't gonna worry about it. Let's just talk about the ones that we actually agreed upon. First one was between Adrian Yanez taking on Randy Costa. We both picked Yanez, and Yanez did win. Knockout in the second round.
I believe I said third round. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you said third round. You was close.
Okay. I was close. All right.
You definitely was close. All right. Second fight between Miranda Maverick and Macy Barber. We both picked Macy Barber, and she won by split decision.
Yes, she did.
It was close.
Do you think she deserved that split decision win?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I give it.
I do too. It was close.
It was close.
It was close. And Miranda, I feel like she actually probably controlled the fight a little more. Mm-hmm. But in the end, there's so much that the judges take into account for as far as wins and losses. So I agree.
I think she basically won it based off control time.
Yeah.
They definitely give you more on control time than they do on your punches and stuff. So I can see her winning.
And we will bring that back up. That key point of control time. That definitely will be brought back up.
That's something key. Let's talk about this next one between Darren Elkins and Derek Minner. We both picked Minner. We both lost because Elkins knocked him out in the second round.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, that's our first video.
I think that. Yeah.
We'll be out. Let's talk about this next one, though. Between Kyler Phillips and Julian P. Pava.
Lost that one, too.
Yep, we lost that one, too. And that one was it was strange to me.
It was.
Because Phillips looked like he dominated the first round. Pretty much had him in the first and second, early in the second. He just kept going back. He never gave up. I believe that's why they gave him majority decision, because he never gave up.
He did.
He just kept fighting. I thought Phillips was supposed to win, but hey, they gave it to Peyton.
They did.
Speaking of giving up a win, the main fight of the evening between Corey Sandhagen and TJ Dillashaw, in which we both picked TJ.
Of course we did.
And TJ won. But the strange thing about it, I don't think he deserved it. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think he deserved to win.
That's where I would disagree with you on because of control time. Now, granted, he did get his eye bust open in the first round. Or was it first round or early second round?
It was early second.
Early second.
No. You was absolutely right. It was first round. I was like, dang, TJ finna be out already.
That's what I was thinking too. But he weathered the storm. Like, and I got to give my hats off to him. TJ, you did that. Like, bro, I don't know if you ever had blood in your eye before, but that shit hurts. It is painful. You cannot see. Everything is off. And the fact that I went through that and wasn't in a fucking major fight, like that just lets me know the heart that he has. And the fact that those performance enhancing drugs back in 2019 that affected him probably, but at the same time, I mean, he came back and showed us that he still got it. So whether that storm that he stood through, because he really did considerably win control time. He honestly controlled.
He dominated control time.
He controlled that. So that's why I'm agreeing with the decision on that fight. Do I believe that he should be matched up with a title fight as his next fight? No. No.
If anything, it should be a rematch.
I can see that. I could definitely see that because the disgust on Corey Sandhagen's face, the post interview was just him being devastated by the decision. And I can understand that young man's ambition and drive because he was on his way. He was technically, had he won this fight, he top 5. So, like, you know, I just feel like as far as the score go, they got the score right. He controlled it. He did have some ups and downs, but ultimately I feel like the score was right. TJ did win. But hats off to TJ, but heartfelt loss for Corey. He should bounce back, no problems, because he's a good fighter.
Yeah, he really is. It's a good, valuable lesson, Corey. You need to finish off your opponent. I mean,
that indeed.
Let him keep battling. Because if you let him keep battling, it's a feel-good story. And it sounds like he won. TJ Dillashaw won. Hey, people was pulling for him to win too. So
yeah, like the odds on that fight, like during like second, third round, were like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was crazy. All right, those were your UFC picks recap. Let's get into that baseball, baby. Let's start off with the Braves and the Phillies. You did pick a tie. I picked the Braves to win 3-1. We should have won 3-1. It ended up being your tie.
All right.
Sunday, we was terrible. Even though our pitcher played, he pitched a great game. It's just that, man, our opponent pitcher pitched better.
It's the better game.
Yeah. So that game pretty much done it for us to get the tie. However, we still got a chance of doing better this week, and hopefully we can come through with some wins this week before the trade deadline. All right, next one between the Yankees and the Red Sox. We both picked the Red Sox 3-1. We both were absolutely correct. Red Sox did win 3-1.
And this is a complete turnaround from last week because I predicted the exact same thing last week, into which they got swept last week. And I said they had bounced back, handled it this week. They did just that.
Yeah, they did. They did. And I think the only win that they got was the game that I predicted they would win. It was Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So the next one. Let's go to the next series between oh my God, St. Louis Cardinals taking on. They need to stop having the same name, man.
You did this Friday.
The Cincinnati Reds. I did it Friday. Now I'm doing it today. That's why they lost 2-1. You did pick the Cardinals 2-1. I picked the Reds 2-1. Reds came through with the win 2-1.
They did.
They should have changed their name, like the Cleveland did. They the Guardians now. Other Galaxy.
Okay.
All right. Next one between Chicago White Sox and the Milwaukee Brewers. We both picked the Brewers 2-1. Got it absolutely correct. 2-1. See, Daddy, Reggie do know something about baseball.
See, Pops?
Last but not least, let's talk about the A's versus the Mariners.
2-4 right now.
Yeah, you 2-4. A's versus Mariners. You picked the A's 3-1. I put on my suit because I believe it was going to be a tie. Both wrong. Mariners pulled it off. 1-3-1. Mariners is not a bad team.
No, they're not. I just felt like the A's had a little bit more.
Well, they ain't show it. They definitely didn't show it. All right. That's it for baseball recap. Now let's go to our 3-bet challenge. Reggie, let's start off with you.
All right.
Your first one was D-backs versus Cubs. You took the over 9, and that was on Saturday.
The Saturday game.
All right. You got it correct because I think the game was 7-3.
Indeed, it was on Saturday.
All right. Let's go to.
Had I picked the Friday game, I still would have won.
Yeah, but if you would have picked Sunday, you'd have been lost.
Yeah, I would have been fucked. I'm glad. I'm glad I did.
Let's go to the fight. The one person that you picked was Derek Minner. You picked him to win. He gave you the edge.
He did. It was a hard fought loss though. Like I applaud him. I applaud him, but I mean, you let me down. So
yeah, he did. He definitely did that. But however, on Sunday, you came back. U.S. did beat Jamaica in soccer by the score of 1-0.
USA.
I know that's right. I know that's right. USA.
That's
so overall, you are 2-1. So in order for me to win, I have to go 3-0. Let's talk about it. First one, I picked the Brewers -1.5 on Saturday. I believe the Brewers did win that game by a score of 6-1.
On Saturday?
On Saturday. They did.
Okay.
All right. So that's my first win. I did pick the Astros on Sunday, which you said was pretty easy. -1.5 to beat the Rangers. 3-1.
They barely pulled it out.
They barely pulled it out. I was getting nervous. Man, I was getting nervous. So, got that one. Last but not least, it depends on my Braves to win Saturday. Money line. I don't know why I picked money line.
Right.
I could have picked -1.5 because they won 15-3.
You like I would be so pissed off right now as a fan to say that they just gonna win. They ain't gonna come on, fan.
They won 15-3.
That was a dominating display, man.
Dominating 3-0 for my 3-bet challenge. That means Reggie, you owe 1 shot. I'm the winner this week. Come back, baby.
I'm still on my Herradura tequila.
Babysitting the hell out that one.
This was a $80 bottle, so indeed I am babysitting.
I don't blame you. I'm just saying. I was just speaking.
Yeah, that one fight, like I could have easily went 3-0 too, but it's up to the people to perform, and I guess I put a little bit too much faith in Minner. So
in Minner.
That being said, duly noted.
Yeah, you put a little bit too much faith in Minner. It'll be all right.
This is my shot.
Ready shot. All right.
It's still as good as when I first opened it.
Now let's get started on our topics for today. First topic. Let's go to college football. It is coming up. And there's some crazy moves that's going on right now in college football. It's a lot of teams. There's a lot of schools that's trying to move. Let's talk about the main school that's trying to move. And that's the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners. Both teams want to go to the SEC, who is hands down I can admit, the best conference in the nation. Now, Texas and Oklahoma leaving the Big 12 is something big. But the strange thing about it, they know, according to the college football playoff format, that mainly if you want to make the playoffs, you need to be in the SEC because they normally average at least 2 teams in the playoffs. So I don't think this is a bad move. So Reggie, how would Texas and Oklahoma impact the SEC if this deal does get done? Because they did opt out of their renewing media rights today. So pretty much they making it clear they will leave.
Yeah, but that's not for another few years. So
yeah, 2025, I believe.
Right. So until then, Roll Tide will still be the most dominant team in the SEC. Even with the addition of Oklahoma and Texas, either one, I don't see them immediately being a standout program because usually the teams that make it out of the SEC are Alabama, Georgia, and possibly Auburn. Could one of those two teams be replaced because Alabama will still be number one? So could Auburn and or Georgia drop down and Texas and or Oklahoma move up? I feel like that's a complete possibility. It could very well happen. I also think that it's really not a well thought out plan because it really came out of nowhere to us. I'm not sure how long they've been discussing it or whatever, but I do believe that if they do join the SEC, it'll make it a lot more. It'll spice things up a little bit more, meaning that Alabama will have. I'm lying. There's no competition in the SEC. Like Alabama, we're too dominant. We're going to be dominant until I don't know. Like I just don't see us letting up. I mean, yeah, we've had our dark times before, but I just don't see us letting up at all. Even when Nick Saban's contract is over, he decides to retire, move on. Whoever we get next, I feel like the talent is there. The talent will be there. I don't see anybody not saying I don't want my son going to Alabama. If you want a future for your child, for your son playing football, you would want to send your child to Alabama. I could possibly slide LSU in there, but given this current state of LSU as of right now, I don't really just think that they are. They had a good run in 2019. I can't lie, but what did they do in 2020? They bombed. What can we expect from them coming up? I expect about the same. I haven't seen this. I don't think the schedule is out yet, but
The schedule out.
It is okay. Regardless, I feel like we're gonna go 12-0. So that's how I look at our schedule, and I base everybody else's off of, well, if you got to play Alabama, you automatically got a loss. So with all that being said, the addition of Oklahoma, which I feel like is a better program than Texas, Oklahoma could possibly slide up and be that second team to be in the playoffs with Alabama. But at that point, what does it look like for the Big 12? That's my main question. Like, who's coming out of the Big 12 if Texas and Oklahoma both leave? Who is the next man up?
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know. But according to what they are saying, is that if this does happen, they would take over the West. And they would send y'all and Alabama to the east side.
Well, I am
You'll
Alabama.
be over there with Georgia and Florida.
Okay.
Now, if that happens, I believe that Alabama will take over the East, and then they'll end up facing either Texas or Oklahoma, because I don't see nobody else on that side that can actually do anything.
I mean, there's literally nobody in the West that can handle Alabama. There's nobody in the East that can handle Alabama.
That's why I said they'll easily take over. They'll easily take over the West side, all because of the fact that you and Auburn are leaving. The only threat they have is LSU.
That's true. That's why that's why I edged them in there as a bottom tier. But that was only based off their 2019 championship.
Which is 1 year. And pretty much, I feel like, to be honest with you, I feel like more recruiting will go towards Texas and Oklahoma more than it will for LSU.
Oh yeah,
I believe they'll easily become a top 10 recruiting class easily if they go to the SEC, because that's what mainly players, high schools go to. They go to the SEC. They try to get in Bama. If they can't even get in Bama, they'll go to Florida or Georgia or Mississippi State sometimes. Ole Miss, they get some good recruits. But if Texas and Oklahoma ends up going there, man, that's going to be ridiculous. But the biggest problem is it's going to shut down the Big 12. It's just going to shut down the Big 12. Big 12 ain't going to have nobody.
I agree.
The only team that I can see in the Big 12 when they leave, the leaders would be Iowa State. And there's been rumors that Iowa State is trying to leave too and go to both Iowa State and Kansas are trying to go to the Big Ten.
That would be an interesting move.
Yep. And then if that happened, what the hell Big 12 gonna have?
Nothing.
Big 12 ain't gonna have nothing.
You might
the
as well.
Horned Frogs will lead that division. That conference. I was just gonna say you might as well just get rid of a conference and say there's just 4. But dang, that's getting rid of a Power 5.
Exactly.
Dang.
But I can kind of see it working itself out if they do the projected 16 team playoff.
Yeah,
that they were talking about.
Yeah, we'll discuss that next week. But
okay.
I can understand that too. But overall, I actually think it would be a great move for Texas and Oklahoma. Because the only thing that's stopping them, if that move does happen, they pretty much will be fighting each other for the East. The West.
The West.
While y'all dominate the East again. Like I do every year when y'all face it.
And the entire SEC.
Yeah, whatever.
What they should do
y'all do have bad seasons now.
What they should do
some way to lose.
What they should do is get rid of they should get rid of Missouri, send them to Big 12.
Yeah, send Vanderbilt too. Send Vanderbilt too.
Missouri and
How about
Vanderbilt.
that? Missouri and Vanderbilt gone.
I agree.
No.
They are the weakest links.
No. Send both Mississippi schools. How about that? State no piss. They can go to the Big
12. or they can just get they can get what's his fucking name? Dan Mullen. They can just call Dan Mullen back.
Whatever. Dan Mullen straight where he is. I think he with Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I bet he's straight. Straight garbage.
Straight garbage. All right, let's go to. Let's see, what can we go to? Let's do baseball right quick. All right. Trade deadline is this Friday. And it's some teams that need to make some moves in order for them to really boost up their roster. There have been some moves that's already made. Reggie, you said something about the Rays on Friday picking up Nelson Cruz. That was a good pickup.
Great
The
pickup.
San Diego Padres picked up Adam Frazier, who is the baseball leading hitter. He leads the league in hits, and he's a good player. So with that, with more hits, with more bats going on for the Padres, that is a good move. Also, it's some small, subtle moves that have happened, but nothing major yet. So, Reggie, I just want you to pick 5 teams that you believe needs to make a move before the trade deadline in order to boost their team for contention for the World Series title.
All right. Well, that should be easy. All of these teams are going to be top tier. Well, not top tier, bottom tier of the league as of right now. I will start by. I'm going to start with the Orioles. No, I will start with the Giants. I will definitely start with the Giants. The Giants have a long way to go. Impressive what they have been doing, but I don't think it's their time right now. In the next year, possibly 2. I say 2, to be honest. The Giants will be in playoff contention. As of right now, I don't expect to see them at all. Next up, we have the Orioles. The Orioles, terrible 2018. Yeah. Terrible 2019. Slightly better last year. Edging their way to being decent enough to say that they aren't just the worst team in the league as of right now. So, yeah, we got the Orioles coming in at 4. Next on my list are the Pirates. Pirates are terrible. I don't like them. They need rebuilding from the ground up. Fire everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. Like, just fucking start over. Like, probably just go ghost for 2 years and then come back. That bad. My Colorado Rockies have made this list. Yes, they have. They have made this list. The trade with Hernando, that was good. Good, but not good enough. You will not see us in the playoffs this year. I completely overshadowed myself by saying we will win 90-plus games. And was it 90-plus?
You said 100.
I'm now dropping it down to 60 games plus. We will not.
You can get 60 plus. You at 43 right now.
Yes.
As long as you got home games, you're good.
Which I still have yet to attend because I'm so devastated by the picking and the fact that you let me pick them and stuff who I originally wanted to go with the Dodgers. Last but not least, I'm going with the Texas Rangers. Their organization, I feel like they're that close to having everybody that they need. They know how to develop players. They know how like the chemistry is almost there, but it's just not there just yet. Next year, I can honestly say, and this that'll be my 3rd year actually like keeping up with baseball. So next year, I'm really anticipate the Rangers being better than they have been over the last 2 seasons.
Okay, that was your 5?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now I have none of them on your 5 because I'm going to pick team that needs just one more move in order for them to be a champion. Just one. Just one. Okay. Just one move. Let's talk about the first team. Let's go to the Boston Red Sox. That's my first team. Right now, they are leading the division by 1 game. And the Rays just made a move to get bats with Nelson Cruz. I believe that they need to get a starting pitcher from one of them bottom teams that you just mentioned. Mainly the Colorado Rockies. I believe a pitcher named Gomber he's a pitcher for y'all. He's a really good pitcher, but he's not doing anything because your team sucks. So I feel like if they can go get him, he will add value to that starting rotation and help them improve. Team number 2 that needs to make an improvement is, shockingly, the cheating ass Astros. Now, the cheating ass Astros also need starting pitching, and they also need one good bat. I believe if they can get Chris Bryant from the Chicago Cubs, it would definitely be a good move, because we don't know what Bregman, when he's going to come back. He's been hurt for almost over a month, and I think he's just now rehabbing, so he still needs another week or two before he comes back. Get Chris Bryant, already make your move. He's going to be a free agent next year. That'll help them out.
I say leave him out a month. Look at what you look at where you're going. Look at your projected future.
If they can make a move for Chris Bryant, yeah, take his time. Take his time. Don't rush him back.
Okay.
Because they are leading that division, and I don't think anybody gonna catch up with them, including the Angels, in which, yet again, they are trash. All right. The third team, and I hate to say it, the Mets.
Ooh.
Here's why. The Mets are good. The only problem with the Mets is that injuries is killing them. Jacob deGrom, he's been hurt. I like Marcus Stroman, even though he did lose today. Their bullpen needs a little bit of work, but not much.
A little?
Well, I mean, they got a closer. They definitely need a closer. Ian Kennedy from the Rangers, in which you mentioned, will be great for them right now. And they actually trying to get a starting pitcher. They trying to get Matt Scherzer from the Nationals, but that can't happen because they're in the same division. Ain't no way they trading within that division, especially for a pitcher that good, unless they willing to give up a lot of prospects. That's the only way they can do that.
But they could.
They could, but they got to make it to the World Series if they make a move like that. Yeah. And I believe they have the team to do so, because I like their backs. Their backs haven't been stepping up though, but it's been injuries with them too. So I feel like the Mets need to make a move. I do not want to bring up my Braves, because I told us, I said it earlier, that we been injury prone all season. We just now getting back one pitcher, and we lost another. We got 4 bats that's out during injuries, and one of the bats got a domestic case, so we don't even know when he's gonna come back to play baseball. Period. So I'm not gonna talk about that. So that's 3. The 4th team I want to bring up, who already done made a move, is the San Diego Padres. Now, the San Diego Padres is loaded with talent.
Yeah.
However, they still need to make one more move in order for me to put them in that top tier. Now, if they can get Matt Scherzer, I got them winning it all, because that's a pitcher they can use, and it would dominate. They would dominate. If not, I believe they're trying to get rid of Eric Hosmer. They trying to get rid of him. If they can replace him with a better hitter, that'll boost them up too. And last but not least, let's talk about the team that Reggie wants to be his favorite team, the LA Dodgers. LA Dodgers has been hit with injuries. They've been struggling, especially in the bullpen. I don't know what Kelly Jansen's been doing, but the last 3 games, he finally got a save yesterday. But 2 games before that, he blown saves. And throughout this whole season, he's been terrible. So they definitely need to get a pitcher. And then, your boy, Trevor Bauer.
Yeah.
He ended up getting a domestic case. So he's not even coming back this year. So they need to get another pitcher. Don't know what pitcher they'll end up getting, but they definitely need pitching, because when it comes to bats, they good. They ain't got to worry about bats. It's just pitching especially in the starting rotation and closers. Them the main two.
I definitely agree with that. I was almost close to saying them but for different reasons. And it was consistency for me, but that ultimately ends up with pitching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they definitely ain't consistent. That's one thing for true. I mean, they're not consistent at all. But that was my 5. I did not pick my Braves because I said that I like my prospects. I like the fact that we're good. We don't need to make no big move, especially knowing that I believe that we ain't gonna do nothing this year. We're not. If we do, it'll be shocking to me. All right. Now.
Hey, what do you feel about Kamar Rocker?
Nah.
As far as being like the number 1 pick in the draft? The Pirates
I thought that they would went to another direction with that one. I mean, it was a good pickup. It was a good pick, but I thought they would go in another direction. Matter of fact, the team that picked second actually picked the player I thought that the Pirates was going to pick first.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay. All right. Let's get down to my segment, Reggie. And no, I do not want to mute you because I actually want you to listen. This is something very important. And it's pretty much, let's say, for instance, that you're an executive, right? And I want to give you my presentation to try to persuade you into accepting what I'm going to offer you. Are you ready to listen?
You're presenting your pitch. Go ahead.
All right, here's my pitch. Now, Reggie, we are at a time of the year in which we're trying to figure out what we're going to do with sports. Because basketball is over. Football hasn't begun. And the only thing we have left is baseball and UFC. But what I want to do is include another sport. And no, it's not soccer. You're a big fan of soccer. I understand that. No, it's not golf. Because I don't think neither one of us is a big fan of golf. We just probably watch it if Tiger Woods is playing. Now, Reggie, I know you're trying to speak. I cannot hear you as of right now. But try again when I get done saying this. What I want to present to you, again, because I have presented this to you before, and you denied it. So I'm coming to you yet again with this offer. And this offer is Big 3 basketball. Now, Reggie, hold on. Before you snap out, just hear me out. Hear me out, Reggie. Hear me out. I just want to bring up Big 3 basketball because it's been going on. Right now, 3 weeks has already done happened in Big 3 basketball. And I want to tell you who is number 1 in the Big 3 as of right now.
I don't care.
Number 1 team is the Triplets. Now, let me tell you the roster on the Triplets. Do you remember ISO Joe?
Unfortunately.
You remember ISO Joe? He is the captain of that team. Do you remember a Mississippi man by the name of Al Jefferson?
Of course I do. He went to Callaway, my alma mater.
Exactly. He is on that team. Have you heard of a man named Jamario Moon? He used to play for the Cavs.
Jamario Moon. I do.
Okay. Now, guess who's the head coach of this team? If you're thinking in your head right now, a male, you are absolutely incorrect.
I was thinking
female.
Native.
Huh?
I was thinking Mississippi native, female. That's what I was thinking.
No, she's not a Mississippi native. She's a California native. But also, she is in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
You lost me.
Lisa Leslie is the is the head coach of that team.
She from Cali?
From California. Gardena, to be exact.
I did not know she was from Cali.
Yes. Shit. She is leading that team to a 3-0 record. And the point differential is plus 22. So they've been winning pretty decently. Now, the second best team, let me tell you about that team. And I'm going to tell you one more team and we'll be done. This team is Tri-State, in which they have Nate Robinson. You know Nate. He has waking up from being on the ground.
Big Nate.
Knocked out by Jake Paul. He has
Big
woken
Nate.
up and playing. He's playing now. What about Jay Rich? You remember the high flyer Jason Richardson? He's on that team. And guess who's the head coach of that team? He's also a high flyer. They call him Dr. J. Julius Erving is the head coach of that team. Now, some interesting names. Don't you agree?
Yeah, very interesting.
All right. Now, let me bring in the big punch. Let me do the finale right now to finish it off. All right. Now, the schedule happens like this. They actually got a game that's coming on next week. Well, this coming up week. And it's on CBS. This Saturday. You can watch it at 2 o'clock on CBS. Games 1 is 6 games because it's actually 12 teams now. It only started with 6, but it has grown so much that it doubled to 12 teams.
12 teams, 6 o'clock. What time?
It started at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays. Okay. Now, all you have to do is just watch it one time this weekend and let me know how you feel about it. And we will come back next week. And I want you to let me know if you want to accept them into our Muscle Shirt Friday next week. Just give them one chance. Watch them one time this week.
See, like that's the difficult part because I get off at 2 o'clock Mountain Time, which is 3 o'clock Central Time. Mm-hmm. So my en route to home will be the duration of that game. So I'll pretty much miss everything.
You'll be able to see game 4, 5, and 6 in this.
Yeah, I see that, but
I mean that's enough for me. As long as you can watch 3 games, I'm good.
But the thing is, have you seen the UFC card for this weekend and next weekend?
Yeah, they hit.
That is heavy. Like I got to be tuned into that. I would definitely try. I would definitely try.
But if you have Max like I do, you can have multiple screens.
I just like my thing is the inability to record.
I think I never tried to record. I'm gonna try it this week and I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, because that's my only thing. Like just seeing it live and seeing highlights is like
I'm gonna try to record something tomorrow and then I will let you know if it's good.
Okay. All right, that sounds good.
He's at least thinking about it, so that's a positive.
Yeah, I definitely check it out because I did watch the Big Three the first
year.
They in a third year right now, right?
In that third year.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the first year and probably less than that the second year.
I think the second year, I think I didn't watch that much of it. I don't think they actually had one last year due to COVID, but yeah, they definitely back this year.
Okay.
So,
all right, well,
at least
I'll check it out.
About it.
Ain't nothing stopping me from checking it out. So yeah, I'll definitely do that.
All right. That's a great way to end on a positive note. So that'll do it for Monday. On Wednesday, we will be discussing basketball, some football, and Reggie, your segment.
My segment, which will be directly aimed at WWE.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well,
you ready for that?
Whatever. All right. So that'll do it for tonight's show. We will see y'all on Wednesday. And like always, we give you our salute. And we'll see y'all on Wednesday. We out.